viewers. Ready for the flight 8386, the second segment. We've had one nice night in Tokyo Makuhari district. We all enjoyed some lovely sushi, as always. And now we're looking forward to making this trip, 2-hour flight, short one this time.
Okay guys, we're ready for the walk around. We need to do that before every flight. Walk around the plane, have a look that everything's okay, certain systems, and basically the technical status has to be proven, and once I'm satisfied with that, I'll go up and do the final phase. So I'll start out here up front. 777 Fox Delta, start at the nose wheel gear. And here we need to just basically check that the systems are normal in standby, and our tires, making sure they don't have obvious cuts. Our lights. Well, no obvious leaks. That's looking good. Tow truck is up here, already connected, ready to push us back whenever we get the clearance. You want to have a look at the radar though? Just get up on the tow truck for that. Yeah, looking good. Over here we've got the biggest engine in the industry. General Electric, 110,000 pounds thrust rated, and you rarely get to see these big engines. They're obviously expensive, but they do the job of pulling the twin jet, the 777, with a takeoff, max takeoff weight 350 tons up in the air. And even with one engine, that would be possible. So now I'm back at the main gear, looking for the brakes, brake wear indicators showing the brakes. We have our tires. They need to be free of any deep cuts. Sort of hydraulic hoses that can service the brakes. Obvious leakage. Looking for the brake wear indicators. They're showing good brakes again. I have no obvious leaks that I can detect, and no cuts to the wheels. Tires looking good. From here I get the view, the back side of the engine. No foreign objects. That's looking good. And I'll continue along the wing, right wing, have a look at the navigational lights. Also, we've got the static discharges should we be hit by a lightning strike. These static discharges should lead out the current of the lightning to protect the aircraft material. Here we go, the loading crew is finishing up in the Gulf. Looking at the antennas, these flat fins are our belly side antennas. Everything's fine. We have a drainage as well. So back here at the stabilizer, looking for any anomalies, any dents, but everything's looking fine. From here, I can look at the trailing edge of the left-hand side. and the wings looking fine. And then I repeat the inspection of the landing gear, looking for brake wear, indicators, brakes are fine. Any cuts to the tires, this is all normal. Any obvious features, you see a few dark spots, but that's just hydraulic oil that escapes when you operate the gear, and that's normal. That's all within the standard operating procedure. Brakes are fine, and so are the tires. Very good. Back side of the engine. Nothing detectable there. And moving out to the lights. Under wing, looking overall good. And so are the lights. So here we go. Statics. Unobstructed. Spinner looking fine. The blades. Fan blades are good. All the air inlets, the intake need to be free. Again, left side has static ports. And they're looking fine. So there we go. All ready for a flight. Join me in the cockpit. We'll make this flight together to Seoul. 2 hours. Take you there in no time.
Yes, my name is Francis. I'm a horse groom. That means I'm on this cargo flight because we've got horses just behind. We've got 2 mares today, coming back from Japan to Frankfurt. This is my job. I fly average once a week with horses. Horses cannot fly on themselves, so you've always got an attendant when you've got horses on a freighter. I will be taking care of them. That means after takeoff I'll go and check everything's okay for them, check they've got enough hay to eat, give them water, because just like a passenger, a horse can get dehydrated. This is one of the main risks for them, is if they don't drink enough. And if ever they get upset, just be there to calm them down and tell them everything will be okay. There's all sorts of horses fly around the world. This time there are 2 mares who came especially from France 3 months ago to be covered by a Japanese stallion. So now they are pregnant and they're going back to give birth next winter, surely in February, in Normandy. Otherwise, sometimes you've got race horses who travel, dressage, jumping horses, show horses, lots of endurance horses, lots of sort of horses fly. Yeah, so I fly depending on where I go on different airlines. Today it's Lufthansa, but it can be other airline. Freighters are most of the time 777s. You've all got 747s, MCA Cargo, Cargolux, TNT, MD-11s, which are I think quite rare now, but which were very nice. Sometimes A330 as well. So I'm very happy to fly on cargo. I prefer it from flying on a passenger flight. So in here we've got our 2 horses. They are special containers made for horses. You can load 3 horses. There's a partition in between each horse, and you can move it. So today we've only got 2, so because they've got extra space. It's very well done. You load the horses in the container on the ground, and after you load the container in the plane, you ask the pilots for the temperature what you want. They've got food, they've got water, they've got correct temperature, so they're really fine flying in there. Yeah, so this one is called Impassable, which in French means impossible to overtake, which is a quite good name for a racehorse. On the ground, they've got wood chips, which is for them for be able for urine and for droppings, not to damage the plane, so it doesn't get out of the container. Business class for horses, very comfortable. They're not upset. The main thing, which is strange with flying, is the idea of being in the skies. They don't know, so being in a truck or being in a plane is more or less the same. The stressful part for them is more the loading in the container and the loading of the container in the plane. Once we're up there, it's great for them. They fly really comfortable. You've got no roundabouts, no brakes. They can relax, and yeah, they've got the hay to chew, so it helps to relax. So everything goes well.
All right, let's say goodbye to the guys from Japan. See you next time. Bye-bye, vacation. Bye-bye, thank you. Close and locked. Let's go flying.
0 units, 0 briefings completed.
So we got the clearance. I already accepted it, so that the
oh, that's looking good. All right, yeah. So we are cleared to Incheon Airport. 16 right, Tetra 6. It's an Arnav departure. I've checked the points in the flight management system. It's all correct.
Yeah.
And squawking 3743. Yeah. Very good.
Next frequency 1016.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do a printout and yeah.
And then I'll
enter the performance data.
So we got a flap 5 takeoff.
Takeoff 248.
Takeoff 248, and it says 87.1 to 86.6. That's fine.
All right. So flaps 5 takeoff. Yeah. What we want to like to
159 request taxi.
160,
229 taxi to Hotel 1 Gateway. Taxi to Hotel 1 Gateway, Nippon Cargo 229.
All right.
And flight variable. Yeah, that's looks plausible.
Yeah, clearance is confirmed. You got that, Sebastian? The clearance? Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
So for our departure
yes.
briefing, Tetra 6, I have checked the RNAV points, and they are as entered. That's fine.
All right.
We have Tetra constraint 12,000 minimum, which shouldn't be a problem with this weight anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the departure freak is 24.2. You've pre-selected it. Thank you very much. Initially, we've got the heading straight out 157, minimum 600, and direct beams, and then the according to the FMS basically.
Yes.
We're moving through an area of MSA 1700, and the highest is in the opposite direction, 4000.
Yes.
In the northwestern sector. So that's pretty safe from the altitudes,
yeah.
especially with this weight.
Yes.
Yes. Anyhow, did we receive a cruising level? No, we didn't.
Yeah, well, it's on the clearance. First is maintain level 200, expect 340. So
we'll just enter 200 initially. That's fine.
And 340 is our flight altitude, which we should expect. So that's
good.
Confirmed.
We'll switch to standard atmosphere in 14,000 feet.
Yes.
And from there we'll just go to our level 200 and later on maybe whatever they offer us.
Yes. Okay.
And what else is there to say? Well, you've entered my engine out fix, 25 miles.
You're welcome.
From the Narita X-ray 2 point. And there's a mean sea level level acceleration at 1700. Let's climb 4000.
Okay.
We're below max landing weight, so we'll just turn around, work the non-normal procedures that occur, and then we'll come back and land.
Okay.
It's not a critical flight weight-wise.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Any questions from your side?
We'll
fly it in. Sorry, we'll fly it in L and V nav, obviously.
Yeah. And the regular acceleration height is 3000 here at Tokyo.
Noise abatement procedure.
Entered that one.
Perfect.
And what else? Yeah, I think with the weight, they sometimes offer us the right turn to Tetra. You know that. So
if we have a good climb, they usually give an early turn.
All right.
Otherwise, we do the scenic tour.
A scenic tour over dark land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about our passenger in the back? Is he sitting?
He's sitting.
Yeah. And feeling comfortable.
Fine.
All right. He's looking after the horses, which incidentally, 2 pregnant horses on board.
Good evening, Air Hong Kong 209 and 207 request push and start.
In need of first class care.
Clear to push and start facing north, Air Hong Kong 207.
Ground for cockpit?
Go ahead.
Yes, please. Could you confirm steering wheel inserted?
Good evening, Neighbor Cargo 283 requesting push and start at 903.
Very good. May I release brakes?
Roger, release market brake.
Brakes are
Push and
released.
start approved, face to the west, Neighbor Cargo 283.
For start items. Look at that trim, 7.0.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't get that every day.
No, you don't.
Go ahead before start checklist.
Before start, cabin.
Secured.
Mobile.
Off.
MCP.
V2162 heading.
No, that's not.
Heading is incorrect. Look at that. 157. That's why we keep checklists, because we can't keep it all up here. So 157 and altitude level 200 as cleared.
Yeah, V2162 heading 157, altitude level 200. Takeoff speeds.
V1. 159er, VR160, V2162.
V1 159er, VR160 and V2 162. CDU pre-flight completed.
Good evening, Korea 001 heavy. Request push begin start of gate 24. Korea 001 Narita, good evening.
Briefings.
Completed.
Checklist
begin
complete.
start of approved facing north, Korea 001.
Ramp good day, Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Heavy, stand 210, fully ready, request pushback.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, Narita, pushback approved, face to north.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, pushback approved, facing north.
Ground from cockpit.
Okay.
We are ready to push back, parking brake is released, facing north.
Roger, face to north, we start pushback.
Thank you. So 25.
On schedule. As usual.
Scheduled airline.
Yeah, we made it yesterday as well, I think.
Yeah. So I'll just enter that. 12:25.
Right deck from ground.
Go ahead.
All engine clear to start.
Thank you. Starting up right and left.
Roger, ground clear.
Start right engine.
Now to ramp on upon 8517. Spot 223 request pushback. On 8517 Narita ramp. Pushback up to face 2 north. Clear to push face north on 8517.
So oil pressure is building, that's good. And 233, fuel flow, and here we go, light up.
Yeah, that looks good.
Start left engine.
Hong Kong 209, a request taxi. Hong Kong 209, sorry, standby taxi. Sorry, say again for Hong Kong 209? Standby taxi. Standing by, Hong Kong 209.
Right deck from ground.
Go ahead.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Roger.
Please remove towing equipment and steering pin. For taxi items, flaps 5.
All right.
Yeah, I expect that we'll just go follow the greens up.
Yeah, up to Whiskey 3 gateway and
then right turn and then either Alpha 2 or Alpha 1 full length.
Yeah.
But we calculated Alpha 2, so we're good for both.
We're good for both.
Yeah.
Right deck from ground.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Towing system under steering pin were removed.
Thank you very much. Give a hand signal, right hand side, arigato and sayonara.
Roger, wait hunting on your right side. Goodbye, sayonara. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Bye-bye. Ben, whenever you see him, maybe you could give him the thumbs up.
Yeah, he's waving.
Yeah, okay. Ah, very good, I saw it as well.
Yeah.
Hand signal received, flight control check. Rudder. Before taxi, checklist.
Before taxi, anti-ice, auto, recall checked, flight controls
Checked.
ground equipment,
Clear.
checklist complete.
Thank you. Request taxi.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, request taxi. Lufthansa Cargo 8386, hold short of Whiskey 3 gateway, contact ground 121905.
Holding short, Whiskey 3 gateway and ground 121905. Lufthansa Cargo 8386, good day.
Good day.
Left side clear.
Right side clear.
Okay, brakes are released.
Okay, clear to taxi, hold short, Whiskey 3, Hong Kong 209.
Yeah.
Heavy horses. Here we go.
All the cars are heavy. Maybe they're fueled up.
Yeah.
Just to get going at the airport.
All right, and our trusty crew bowed yet again.
Yeah, they bowed as always.
We're very well behaved here in Japan. It's for those who don't know it. If you visit Japan, it's a different kind of experience. They're very courteous. They bow, and as we leave, they wish us farewell from the apron. You don't get that at every airport worldwide. At some places you're happy they're just staying long enough.
And not running away.
And not leaving you by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, left side is clear.
Yeah, right side as well. Eye contact ground.
Yeah, we hold short.
Yeah, over there.
Ground control, good day, Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Heavy, reaching Whiskey 3 gateway.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, United Ground, good evening, runway 16 right, information X-ray, QNH 29996, and hold shuttle Whiskey 3 getaway for 5 minutes.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, QNH 2996, runway 16 right, and we are holding short, Whiskey 3 gateway.
For 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Good evening, Hong Kong 209, approaching Whiskey 3.
Those are the 4 or 5 airplanes to the left,
runway
which are in
16
front
right,
of us.
information X-ray, QNH 29996, hold shuttle Whiskey 3 getaway.
Thanks, 16 right, and information X-ray, hold short of Whiskey 3 taxiway, Hong Kong
up to our holding point.
Yeah, the holding point is in between Whiskey and Alpha, so...
Package 53, you are number 1, continue taxi to holding point, and hold short of runway 16 right.
Number 1, continue taxi holding point, hold short of runway 16 right, Turkish 53.
Package 53, contact tower 118.2.
Tower 18 to Turkish 53, bye-bye.
Can you taxi a bit faster, please, Turkish?
Who's that?
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, hold shuttle Whiskey 3 getaway, you are number 5.
Yes. Well.
Yeah, it wasn't us. We're holding short Whiskey 3 gateway. Lufthansa Cargo 8386.
Emirates 319, monitor tower 118.2.
182 Emirates 319, have a good day.
Good day.
Guten Abend, die Herren. Gute Nacht.
Station calling United Ground, could you say again? Lufthansa Cargo 8386, after Japan Airlines Boeing 767 to your left, taxi via Alpha to holding point.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386 behind the Japan Airlines 767, right turn Alpha to the holding point.
Lufthansa Cargo 283, continue Alpha, then hold short Whiskey 3.
So right side is clear.
Left
Continue
side is
to
clear.
Alpha and hold short Whiskey 3, Nippon Cargo 283.
Nippon Cargo is behind us. Very good.
Ready to ground on upon 8517, holding short Whiskey 3, information, Victor, X-ray.
On upon 8517, United Ground, runway 16 right, and hold position for another 3 minutes.
Hold position on upon 8517.
Turkers is going. Well, they're all heavy, so should go.
Lufthansa Cargo 386, monitor tower 118.2.
Monitor 1182, Lufthansa Cargo 8386. Good night.
Right. Korean Air 001, after Air Hong Kong, Airbus 306.
So, departure frequency is pre-selected over here.
Yeah. Recap.
Turkish 53, contact Tokyo departure 124.2.
124 through
long
Turkish
left
53,
turn
good night.
climbing or an early right turn,
Yes.
depending on traffic.
Yeah.
I'll try and not make too much fighter pilot moves due to the horses.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Clear P320, wind 16 at 1, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Problems have to go, we'll just go extended center line basically.
Yes.
And
Emirates 319, runway 16 right, line up and wait.
Landing up, waiting behind runway 16
Okay,
right,
so our
about
minimum
319
fuel
on
for
super.
takeoff was.
Well, we had 600 kilograms of taxi, so calculated it's 29.4. We're almost there.
Okay, well, for takeoff checklist then.
All right. Before takeoff, checklist complete.
Checklist complete.
Yeah, once again some cold coffee.
Clear P320, contact Tokyo departure
Yes.
124.2.
Cold coffee.
124 P320, good night. Good night.
The airclip viewers can't know this, but we actually have an additional crew who's handling the technical side of this video, and I drank his coffee. That's why I still have coffee. I need to buy him another one.
Emirates 319, wind 150 at 1, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff. Japan Air 784 Narita Tower, runway 16 right, line up and wait. Standby departure clearance in 3 minutes due to wake turbulence separation.
That's runway 16 right, line up on the wait, Japan Air 784.
Super heavy.
Yeah, do the super.
Okay, well, I'll just tell Francis. So, Francis, we will take off in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and then we'll go. Message received, very good. I'll take weather.
Yeah, I'll take the terrain nevertheless. Since you're not going directly to the Fuji, I think it's fine. I'll never know.
You never know.
Japan Air 784, wind 140 at 1, runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 right, clear for takeoff, Japan Air 784.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Narita Tower, runway 16 right, line up and wait.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, 16 right, line up and wait.
Line up items and
approaching 16 right.
Yeah, right side is clear. 16 right is correct, and 29.3 on the fuel, so that's almost like calculated.
good.
Japan Air 784, contact Tokyo departure 124.2.
1242, Japan Air 784, great.
Great. Lufthansa Cargo 8386, wind 140 runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa Cargo 8386.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hong Kong 209 Narita Tower, runway 16 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 16 right, Hong Kong 209.
Takeoff thrust set.
Thank you.
$80.
Checked.
Rotate.
Up.
Gear up.
LNAV.
Standard cargo 8386, contact departure.
1242 Lufthansa Cargo 8386, good night.
Good night.
Thrust ref, we have speed.
Meter radar, good evening Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Heavy passing 1100.
Good evening, Lufthansa Cargo 8386, Tokyo departure, radar contact, climb and maintain level 200.
Climb and maintain level 200 Lufthansa Cargo 8386.
I was wondering when we get the wakes.
Yeah, now it's time.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, continue present heading, vector to Tetra, expect a right turn.
Thank you Lufthansa Cargo 8386, present heading, expecting right turn to Tetra.
Very good, continue.
Emirates 319,
Straight
contact
out.
Tokyo Control,
After takeoff
120.5.
After takeoff, checklist complete.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386, turn right heading 290.
Right turn heading 290 Lufthansa Cargo 8386. Yeah, that's good.
Japan 784, contact Tokyo Control, 133.6.
133.6, 784, please.
Night.
For the departure, good evening, Premier 001, passing 1200, climbing flight level 150.
Good evening, Korean Air 001, Tokyo departure, radar contact, maintain 9,000.
Maintaining 9000, Korea 001.
Oh, look at the
Lufthansa Cargo
crescent.
8386, resume on navigation, direct to Tetra, climb via SID to level 200.
On navigation to Tetra and on climbing level 200 on SID for Cargo 8386.
Insert next waypoint Tetra, please.
Modified.
Execute. And arm LNAV. Right side clear.
Yeah. As far as I can see, it's pretty dark.
Yeah. Look at the moon. That looks fantastic. Nice crescent moon. LNAV.
Air Hong Kong 209, fly heading 220, vector to beach.
Heading 220, Hong Kong 209.
Yeah, we will be well above 12,000 feet at Tetra.
Oh, yeah. That looks good.
Yeah, I'll switch off the lights.
Go ahead. And clear fixed
Lufthansa Cargo
page.
8386, contact Tokyo Control, 120, 5.
1205, Lufthansa Cargo 8386. Good night.
Bye-bye. Air Hong Kong 2...
Very good evening, Lufthansa Cargo 8386, passing 11,400, climbing level 200, Tetra.
Lufthansa Cargo 83806, Tokyo Control, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain level 340, Lufthansa Cargo 8386.
That's our recommended flight level.
Yeah, recommended
Calculated.
files.
That's fine. That's where we want to go.
Air Hong Kong 209, Tokyo Control, climb and maintain flight level
Standard.
300, required
Level
direct order.
142.
142 standard.
Tokyo Control, Star Flyer 29, leaving 5,300, call for flight level 180.
Flyer 29 Tokyo Control, climb on maintain flight level 180, standby higher.
Yeah, we won't see that much of Tokyo.
No, there's a low cloud layer above the city, but still you can sort of sense it through the globe.
The big city lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, seatbelts still on. Should we leave them on for the moment, or?
Yeah, I was going to wait for level 200 to pass.
Okay.
I'm going to lose my shoulder straps.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
133 decimal for flight November 120.
Here we come. Another.
How are we looking time-wise?
Still 2 hours.
229 contact Tokyo Control 133 decimal
A
8.
scheduled landing in Incheon, right?
Yeah, schedule is, I think it's at, scheduled landing. We're landing at 14:50 and that's our schedule on blocks.
Very good.
But the...
Behind Chicago 803, 806, declared direct SUPER.
Inbound SUPER Lufthansa cargo 8386. Modified.
Execute and seatbelt signs auto.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, the arrival route is kind of long in Seoul, which is ended, so maybe we're getting a few minutes left.
Yeah, last time I arrived, they actually cut it in half, basically. So anyways, flying straight ahead is a task that the autopilot can do just as well as I.
Yeah, so
maybe even better. I'm going to engage autopilot.
Yeah, let's try it. But it's looking good at the moment, isn't it?
Here we go.
Great. So since I'm the additional crew today, I'm gonna serve some ingredients for you guys out there working. What's on the plan today? Some, I wouldn't call it delicious, but we have some rest. Let's see what we like.
We now cruise level, so I'm going to check the horses behind. Each time you go in the back, you have to take an oxygen bottle, as you don't have mask will come down if there is a pressure problem. Everything's fine, you know. Nice and quiet, horses, so. Okay, so we've got one stop in Seoul. Crew is in unpacking and Eclipse crew as well, team. I'll be staying on the flight. Horses are loaded in front of the plane, so even if cargo is offloaded and loaded in Seoul, they're not moving, and we'll go on to Frankfurt afterwards. Once we arrive in Frankfurt, horses are then embarked in the cargo zone in a place called Animal Lounge, where we've got all facilities for all sorts of animals, including horses. There will be a vet check after custom clearance, and then we'll load the horses in trucks and follow our way to their stables.
So here we are in between our departure airport, Tokyo Narita International, and the Seoul airport, Incheon. We're cruising at 34,000 feet. That's our cruising level on this short flight. And we've got another roughly hour, 10 minutes to go for a scheduled landing. And maybe you were wondering, well, what does the cockpit look like and what are all those buttons for? Well, I can tell you the Boeing 777 freighter version is one of the most efficient cargo planes in the world, and it has a wide variety of uses. You can go short haul, long haul, very good range, and with 2 engines you're always better than the 3 or 4 engine planes. It's always going to be cost effective, more cost effective. So let's take a look at the cockpit. It's basically the standard setup of just about any modern airliner, but it divides itself into various parts. There is an overhead panel which is up here. We have various systems that we can access and manipulate, starting with the electrical side. We have some lighting down here, hydraulics, fuel, and to the right we have the air system, air conditioning, and some various additional systems that are important for various situations in flight. We even have a compass, a backup compass, which shows us the direction of flight. Down here the electronic flight system, to be exact, EFIS. It's an electronic flight instrument system. We can interact with our autopilot, which is the middle part here. We've got the flight altitude, and here is the rate by which we climb or descend. We have a heading, obviously, and here we've got a speed indicator. Right now it's not showing anything because it's getting fed by our flight management system directly, but we could interfere and say, okay, I want to fly a different speed, so I'll just push the button. Right now we're at a flight level where we fly by the Mach regime, which is the percentage of speed of sound, or we can fly indicated airspeed. And right now the flight management system is supposed to handle the speed regime, so I'll just give it back to the computer. And here we can call up various pages on our primary flight display, which shows the position in space of the aircraft. Are we climbing? Are we descending? Are we flying a turn? We get lots of parameters shown here. For instance, what mode the plane is in. Are we in cruise, or are we descending? Are we climbing? The various modes for each flight phase. We have various ways of accomplishing a climb or a descent. We have the speed side. How fast are we? And red usually means don't go there. It's an overspeed. And yellow is also a cautionary zone. That means we're getting too slow. And right now we're pretty much in the middle, which is where we want to be. Down here we've got a compass rose showing us the heading and the track. And for those who don't know it, we fly through air. So if air comes from, let's say, from the right, in this case we actually have the air from pretty much a headwind on the nose, so it's not going to affect our course above ground. But
should the wind come from either side, the plane is going to move into the wind to correct for the drift, because otherwise the wind would push us off track. So we are getting the track down here, and as I said, the artificial horizon showing us the position that we are keeping to stay in a equalized, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's the equilibrium, basically. The plane is in a stable position, not getting faster, not slower, keeping the altitude. And on the right hand side we have our altitude, which also incorporates the rate of climb or descent. Right now it shows 0 because we're keeping our flight level. Now we can put the air pressure down here. We need a local air pressure, so we have accurate altitude readings during start and landing, takeoff and landing. Moving over to the next navigational display. This is a multifunctional display. We can show it in this format. We can get it in rose mode, so we get a 360-degree view from as if you would view the plane from above. And showing here we're maintaining a heading of 278, which corresponds to our heading down here, and that pretty much is our course above ground as well, since the wind is not pushing us either side. Now here we're getting the wind reading and our speed above ground. So obviously if the wind is from the front, it's going to keep us relative to the ground, we're going to be a little slower. If the wind is coming from behind, traveling through air is the same speed, but traveling above ground will be correspondingly higher. So here we go. We can get various informations like airports or waypoints that we navigate by. Down here in the corners, we're getting our radio navigation aids. Those are helping us during navigation. We have usually on land, so above water you're not going to receive them, but above land we have various VORs or NDBs. They send on different frequencies, and we can use them to position, get our position relative to ground. On top of that, obviously we have global positioning as well, and we have an inertial reference system on board, so it's more or less a tree mix of 3 various reference systems that calculate one mixed position, which is very accurate. From there we have a standby instrument down here. Should we have a technical problem here, we can still go there and get speed and heading and altitude. From this part, well, we've got the display select panel up here, where we can get system information from the center pedestal up to either side. So if I push this left and I want to have a look at let's say the electrical system, I'll just call it up by pushing it, and I can have a view of the electrical system. And as for any system, we have the hydraulics and the fuel situation. Right now it's a short flight, so we're not using center tanks. In this case we're just using our left and right main tank, and that gives us a reading of 19.3 tons, metric tons, 9.6 and 9.7. So the sum is up here and the distribution is down here. And from there we can go to the air page. Here we need to control, sometimes we have freight, like in this case we have live animals, the 2 horses. They need a certain set temperature. We've put 15 degrees, so horses like it a little cooler. For us, probably it would be a sort of a jacket on temperature, but for a horse it's quite comfortable at 15. They generate so much heat. And then we've got an overview over the the door page. On ground, we would have the cargo hold doors open, and that would show on this schematic. And from there, what did I miss? The wheel page, we can monitor pressure and the temperature of the brakes, pressure of the tires, and from there, status page, we can call up and see the oxygen levels. So you can pretty much move the data to any screen where you want it, view it, and get an impression of your status at that time. So I'll get rid of that. In the center, Ben, you have to correct me or jump in if you feel there's something I'm overlooking.
So far it's
so
correct,
far, so good.
Tell, so I won't jump in.
Well, the center, here's the eCam display. We get our messages. Should a system fail in any way, we would get it shown here, down here, and we would take action accordingly. From there we move down to the thrust levers. That's obviously, right now we're in automatic mode, so it moves by itself according to the demand for the flight phase. We have speed brakes. The Boeing 777 freighter version has the wider wings from the 300 version, and the shorter fuselage of the 200 version. So that mix means we have very good aerodynamics, and this can sometimes be tricky because you come in high and fast and you want to lose altitude. You need this one. This is your best friend. It's going to interrupt the airflow over the wings, and this will take away some of the lift. And as we all know, the lift formula is the lift coefficient multiplied by half the air density multiplied by the speed square multiplied by the surface. So anyone who knows that knows automatically you need this for the descent of a Boeing 777. Back here we can trim. We have a lever for parking brake. We have the fuel flow, engine, fuel switches. Back here we have for a runway stabilizer trim. That's only for emergencies. And so are these. They are, should we have an engine fire, we need to stop the fuel flow to the engines. We do that back here. And we've got the audio, 3 units where we can tune in various frequencies. We talk to ground via these radios, and we have various bands which we can use, the HF high frequency or VHF very high frequency band. Down here we can trim the plane, rudder trim, and here we've got a transponder. It's a secondary radar system, which means it actively receives a pulse from the ground, from a radar station, and then sends a pulse back. That way ATC on the ground can see us on their radar screen. They see, okay, here is the Lufthansa Cargo 8386 moving from point A to point B, and they can more accurately monitor the airspace, make sure that we don't get too close to other aircraft. Yeah, that's pretty much my side. What about your side? Do you have anything?
Yeah, well, basically my side is quite similar to your side.
Yes, it
also
is.
got 2 screens, and well, we'll basically also both work on the overhead pedestal, on the center pedestal. 2 important things we need for landing later on are the flaps and the gear. We haven't mentioned that yet. The flaps are over here. We can set them to different positions. For landing we are allowed to use flaps 25 or 30, so since it's your leg.
Probably going to do a 25 landing
So
today.
probably later we use flaps 25 for landing, and the takeoff earlier at Tokyo we performed with flaps 5.
And again, sorry I jump in there. Again, this has to do with the lift formula. So the speed squared is a huge factor for lift generation. This means if speed gets slower, we need to get slower to land the aircraft, and if it reduces with the speed square, we need to compensate that. So in the final phase, to reach the speed we want for landing, we need to increase the factor S, the surface. So the slower we get, we then move outside of the flight envelope, and to stay within the flight envelope, safe flight, having enough lift, we extend flaps and slats, making the surface of the wing greater. That's basically, to keep it in a simple fashion, that's what we do.
Yeah, and the other thing I just mentioned is the landing gear. You might have seen it when we took off at Narita. That's that handle which has the the same. It's formed like a gear, like a wheel. So
it's a good way to remember it.
It's a good way to remember it. If you can't remember where's the gear, here is it. That's that.
And we have auto brake settings.
The auto brake, yeah. We set them to something between 1 and 4 during landing. Or we can set it to max, but that's pretty much maximum. So it's like getting into the shoulder harnesses.
Yeah, that's right.
So we don't do that, especially not with the horses. So we'll most likely try to brake a little bit smoother. One more thing you haven't mentioned is the yoke.
Well, that's not that important, is it?
That's not that important.
No, I'm just kidding. I totally forgot. Of course,
Yeah.
how do you actually
How do you
manually
steer
fly
the airplane?
How do you fly the plane? Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, though the basic function I think might be clear to you. It's just to recall it. I don't turn it right now because otherwise the autopilot would fall off the airplane and we're getting a warning sound. But basically you turn left or right with the wheel, and to descend you push it forward, and to climb during takeoff, during the rotation, you might have noticed it, you have to pull on the yoke to get airborne.
Well, why don't we...
Do you want to have a demonstration right now?
Why don't we demonstrate that real quick? So, what Ben was saying, you need to, right now we're moving in automatic mode. The plane is getting its data from various sensors and from our program, the flight path. So if I disconnect it, there's going to be a warning horn, a siren telling us, okay guys, you're maneuvering now. We've left the automatic flight. So you see there's a warning coming up here. Now I know I'm flying manually. So if you pay attention to the artificial horizon here, if I fly a right turn, it's going to move and show the way the wings move, and I'll fly back. We get back on track. Don't want to irritate ATC too much. So I'm flying back to track here and keeping my altitude. If I pull, I don't have clearance for any other altitudes. I need to stay on my altitude. But if I were to climb now, I need to pull the yoke towards me, and that would take us to a different higher flight level. See, I've already lost 20 feet. I'm coming back. There we go. And once we're back on track, I'll re-engage autopilot, and I get the confirmation here, autopilot engaged. The flight director is now handling the flight. Back to you, Ben. You got anything else?
Well, first of all, nice flying. You maintained the altitude pretty much.
Yeah,
perfect.
Plus minus 20 feet.
Plus minus,
I'm getting older.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, one last thing we could mention over here is our charts, our electronic flight bag, which is the official name for the iPad. Currently, it's we have the charts on here. The yellow line represents our flight plan route, and the little circle over here is our current position. The data comes from the airplane. And yeah, we are approaching here. The next point is Safra, that's the boundary between Korean and Japanese airspace. It just the warning popped up that I'm not connected anymore to the airplane, so that the location won't be updated anymore. So the circuit got removed.
You're lost in virtual space.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Declare an emergency.
Yeah. Another function we used earlier was the takeoff performance app, where we could calculate our speeds on which we do have to take off. I already got the landing page updated so that we get the information how much landing distance we'll need.
Actually, on that note, I might jump in real quick. We do this. Obviously, you could make life easy and just say, well, we're just always going to go with full thrust, and we'll just have to look to stay within max takeoff weight. But this would strain the engines more than necessary. It would cause higher fuel consumption and higher maintenance costs. So what every airline does is we calculate the performance that we need for that single flight. In this case, if you're light and then you've got a long runway, you obviously don't have to give so much thrust. So that is saving the engine and engine life for which means a lot. If you consider that 1/3 of the cost of a plane goes for the engines, that's a huge cost factor. So as long as you can save the engines by using less thrust, it's going to be economically viable in the long run. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, that's a good point. What else could I mention? We also have an app on here for our flight planning. It's just got implemented so that we get our operational flight plan on the iPad as well.
Exactly, we got it in the crew bus, right?
In the crew bus,
we got the electronic version of the flight document.
Yeah, we get the data at the hotel through the internet and looked at the data during the drive in the crew bus from the hotel to the airport. We can see everything here. We can have a look at the flight plan, at the weather, at the NOTAMs, which runways are closed or other special things we have to take care of. And then since it is like on the way to getting an official use, we still have to use the paper flight plan, which we have a look on in Frankfurt, for example, or earlier the colleague of the station got one for us. But it more and more gets paperless cockpit. That's the name.
That's the key word.
The key word, yeah. So, within time, within the next 1-2 years, everything will be made out of the iPad. Oh, wait a second.
Okay guys, we're heading towards the top of descent. That's where we start descending, leaving our cruising altitude, descending towards Incheon. And what we have additionally, we did show you some of the systems. Something that's really important for aviation is our weather radar. And we've got it down here. It shows, basically it actively sends a pulse, a radar pulse, out with a progression in front of the plane, and shows if there are any echoes, any radar returns coming back to the plane. And depending on how much water is in the cloud, the radar signature will be more profound, And if you have a look here on our navigation display, you can actually see it. It's a green outlined spot with yellow and red in the middle. Red being the part with the most turbulence and the most activity as far as upwinds and downdraft, and the yellow part of it is a little less, and green is usually no severe turbulence. But we do need that for we don't want to fly straight through it, because that's gonna, it may depending on what's in the cloud, if there are ice contents or lots of water, it may damage the plane even. We try and fly around it, circumnavigating for a smoother flight and just to save the equipment. Finally, there's let's see if we can see that. It's getting a bit cluttered now because I've increased the range of the navigation display. You can't really see it very well there, but there are a couple of radar. Let's see, I'll take the waypoint, airport data. Yeah, I can't really reduce it much more. You can see it here. There's two cells right here, and we're going to try and keep the wind is from the left, so we're going to stay on the wind side of the track, coming in just southwest of the cloud and continuing past it, so it shouldn't present any obstacle for us for the flight. Yeah, let's start the descent now. I'd say. Yeah, I'll do it with initially here with vertical speed. So I'll. You could see the flash. Perhaps you even caught it. We just had flashes from lightning coming from that cloud that we're seeing on our navigation screen. So we're leaving 340, descending level 180. And Ben, would you please be kind and request a heading of let's make it 300 for the next 40 miles. Okay guys, ATC is calling us. We need to call Incheon or Seoul, South Korea, so we need to get back to work here, and thanks for paying attention to our little chat. I hope you learned some, and any last words for you?
Yeah, well, enjoy the landing, which will be performed perfectly by Rikard later.
Oh yeah, oh yes, yeah, of course, it's going to be a perfect landing, yes. Anything less would disappoint. See you guys. Briefing, we've got 5-8 grids, 5-9 grids towards the airport. And if we take a look at Incheon Airport, we're expecting the Gokdo arrival. We've checked the points and the constraints, the speed constraints and the altitude constraints, all looking good. Coming in, I'm expecting a shortcut during the approach.
Yeah, yes.
So that should take us towards the Pulon or the Tomal point, which has a constraint of 3,600 or above. And from there, with an inbound course of 333, corresponding to runway 33 right, at 11 miles, we'll leave 3,600 with a 3-degree glide standard, a final altitude of 2,600 passing Yizon. Got a minimum baro 230 set on both sides.
Yes.
And going to perform a flap 25 landing with an auto brake setting of 2, please.
That's set.
Landing distance required has been calculated and is well within limits. We have 3,750 meters to our disposal and 60 meters width, partly on the left-hand side, indicating 3-degree glide path. And in case of a go-around, we'll just go straight meaning push the button, go on takeoff, go on thrust.
Yeah.
Positive rate, flaps 20 from 25, gear up, and then we'll climb straight out 6 miles, maximum 210. Sorry, 210.
Yeah, 210.
Speed, but with this weight, we might do it with slides extended, but that's okay.
Okay.
We'll do the acceleration once we reach the go-around altitude, 4,000, and after 6 miles they want us to turn left towards Ranji, which is above water. We have a highest MSA is over the city, 3,900, and the way we fly the go-around, we won't interfere with that. Maybe as a special point, we don't want to mess too much with the North Koreans, since they don't like us coming too close, so that left turn at 6 miles is quite important.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then we'll go from there. We'll see if we need another approach, or if we divert to one of our alternate airports. Okay, we've got Gukdo level 180 is looking good.
It's looking good,
still on an avoiding heading, which makes sense since there seems to be quite a lot of activity in that cloud.
Yeah, you still got it on the right.
Yeah.
A lot of lightning.
Yeah.
Very light. And I think we're getting into looks like we're getting into clouds already.
Yeah, we might catch a little of it, but it seems should just make it past. Anyway, it's good heading for now. So go ahead with the descent checklist, please.
Descent recall checked.
Expect Agavo at 1429, going to 87, thank you.
Landing data.
Polar 214, Kate Tokyo Control 133.8. 133.8 for 214 heavy.
230.
VREF 25152, minimum spar route 230. Briefings.
Completed?
Checklist complete.
Well, you're familiar with the airport, right? So
yes, I am.
33 right. We should exit probably Delta 6 and then go southbound from there.
Yes.
What I would like to mention is last time we were here, we actually parked on the northern cargo apron too.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't go down to Yankee 4 and Delta 3, but we actually parked at Delta via Delta 4.
Okay, good to know.
It could be the case this time. I'm not sure why, if it's full this time of year, I don't know.
See.
But I just wanted to mention that. Last time we asked the controller twice, are you sure? Never parked there. And then they said, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So,
should we turn on the seatbelt sign?
Sebi, is everyone sitting? Francis is sitting down, feeling comfortable. Okay, go ahead. Seatbelt signs on, and yeah, runway turn-offs. You can turn them on now. Non-standard.
I think you requested also for the...
Yeah, I put on the wing light.
Yeah, the wing lights.
All right. So good day, Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Heavy. Passing 190, descending 180, avoiding setting 300, and we are able direct pull on right now.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386 Heavy, Solar approach, roger, direct to pull in, expect runway 33 right.
Inbound pull on, expecting 33 right, Lufthansa Cargo 8386.
Modified pull on direct.
Execute.
LNAV.
Lufthansa 8386 Heavy, expect to lower in 10 miles.
Okay.
Lufthansa Cargo 8386. Also 10 miles, that means...
Yes.
Might get a little bit high.
Might get high.
Yeah.
But was almost to be expected, right?
Yeah.
You usually get a shortcut here and all of a sudden you're missing out on like 15 track miles.
Yeah.
But as soon as as long as you know it, it's gonna be fine.
Lufthansa Cargo A386 Heavy, cross pull and error above 70 Asian, clear the ILS 20 straight right approach.
Cross pull on 7,000 photograph and cleared ILS 33 right, Lufthansa Cargo A386.
So, thrust, flight level change speed, and
and clear ILS 33 right means
cleared ILS.
you can put on the lights.
Approach checklist.
Approach altimeters.
1013, 17,400.
013, 17,400. Checklist complete.
Thank you. I'm going to use some speed brake just to facilitate the deceleration phase.
So ILS 2 right already identified. India November Romeo.
Yeah, on my side as well. And yeah, double check. Very good.
You want to have any nav aids set?
Well, maybe November Charlie November on the left side for the missed approach.
Set.
6 miles, 210 left turn right. Reducing speed 250.
Lufthansa Cargo A386 Heavy, QNH 1013.
QNH 1013, Lufthansa Cargo A386.
Selected speed 230.
Okay.
Passing pull on 7,000, we may we descend further.
We may descend, yeah, that's right. Well, that would have looked great when it's been daylight. Instead of the clouds.
Cloud surfing. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ground. Contact.
Oh yeah.
Just wait a few more miles and then I'll activate the approach mode.
Okay, yes. Yeah, 1,000.
Localizer glide slope armed. Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Speed, altitude. Localizer, glide slope, flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
West approach, altitude 4,000.
Alright. Lufthansa Cargo A386 established ILS 33 right.
Lufthansa Cargo A386 Heavy, continue approach.
Continue Lufthansa Cargo A386.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Manual flights. Manual thrust. Speed cursor to flaps 15.
Flaps 15 speed, alright.
Yeah, disregard, that's for the go around.
Yes.
Order seems calm.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, wind is reported calm at the ground, so...
Yeah.
Lufthansa Cargo A386 Heavy, contact Tower 118.2.
1182 Lufthansa Cargo A386, good night.
Night.
Engine Tower, good evening, Lufthansa Cargo A386 Heavy, 33 right, 12 miles.
Lufthansa Cargo A386 Asian Tower, continue approach Madrid Key right.
Continue approach Lufthansa Cargo A386.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Canal 315, line up, penetrate Key left.
Gliding away to runway 32 left, Korean Air 315.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 25.
And set speed, VREF.
$2,500.
Correct. Landing checklist.
Boeing 623, contact
Yeah,
Tower departure,
landing.
125.15.
Checklist complete.
12515, Boeing 623, good night.
We just need the landing clearance, runway head inside.
Yes.
Lufthansa Cargo A386, wind 27083, runway 33 right, clear to land.
32 right, clear land, Lufthansa Cargo A386.
이번 150로 contact
it's
eastbound,
light
12187.
wind from the left.
Yeah, very light.
47, contact.
12187.
12187, good day.
Clear 315, wind 26083, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 32 left, Korean Air 315.
Checked.
Checked.
Approaching 3 right.
Correct.
Clear 315, contact Seoul departure 125.15.
Contact Seoul departure 12515, Korean Air 315, good day.
300. Minimums.
Continue.
200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up.
Idle reverse.
Reverse normal.
Eastern Tower, Korean Air 647 Heavy, approaching spot 4 echo.
Clear 647 heavy inbound ground, taxi to holding for runway 33 left via Alpha 4.
Taxi holding point to runway 33 left via Alpha 4, Korean Air 647.
So that's Delta 6.
Yes, it's gonna. Just give it a 3.
Lufthansa Cargo A386, right on Delta 6 and Delta.
Right turn Delta 6 and Delta Lufthansa Cargo A386.
Perfect.
We are past 60 knots.
Welcome to Incheon
Welcome.
International. So,
still got the reversers running, so
I'm going to close them right now. And this, and this. Oh, sorry. Right, with a right turn onto Delta.
Yep.
Did she say Delta 6?
She said Delta 6 and Delta, so...
And then
nothing
we still
else.
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably she'll give us the next controller. After landing items, no APU. Or hang on, let's make it with APU due to the horse.
Due to the horses?
Yeah,
yeah, that's a good point.
As always with this kind of lightweight, the 777 just goes.
Getting fast.
Getting fast. Quickly.
So first to the left here.
Yes. Jumbo jet coming out.
Turkish 901, contact ground 12, correction, contact tower 118.2, good day. Emirates 323, April, pushback and start April, face north. Emirates 323, April.
Wing walkers.
Emirates 323, April, pushback and start April, face north.
So that should be 66,
yeah. Yeah, that makes
Coordinate 209, contact tower 118.2, good day.
Tower 118.2, coordinator 209er, good day. April on Asiana 387, request pushback and start up, stand 623.
Asiana 387, April, pushback and start approved.
Pushback and start approved, Asiana 387.
Yeah, the guy is standing almost on the building there.
Yeah. Parking brakes set and engines cut. Great. I hope you all enjoyed the short flight to Incheon International. Now we're going to have a look if the horses are feeling fine and the rest of the crew. We're certainly looking forward to some Korean barbecue and kimchi, right?
We do.
Oh, hello, ground.
Hello, Father. How are you?
Yes, we're fine. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Please stand by for the chokes and external power.
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to leave the APU on for the two horses that we've got.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Aircraft is fine.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, chokes in position. Please releasing the brake.
Parking brake released. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown, parking brake.
Released.
Checklist complete.
Thank you.
How are you? Good, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Very good. Hello.
Flight and already back on the ground. I'm feeling fine. Everything went according to plan. We brought 2 pregnant horses in one piece to Incheon, and now we're going to have, excuse the pun, some Korean barbecue.